If your boyfriend does any of these things,
run.
Yeah, I know what this is.
Hey guys, welcome back to Remy TV. We're back with another girl talk. We changed it from girl chat to girl talk. Yeah, and we're your big sis. So that's basically like the premise of this type of segment. We're your big sisters. That's always going to be a thing we're always going to talk about, because you guys need big sisters to wake you guys the F up. Because when I look out in the world, I feel physically ill and I need to heal y'all. And every time I'm talking to the Baby Girl Collective, by the way, the Baby Girl Collective is those who are 22 and under. Yeah. Those are the baby girls. And it's okay to be a baby girl. Do not be ashamed of being a baby girl. Baby girl, I was a baby girl once. Yeah, I'm still a baby girl. Like, 30, baby girls are usually the ones, like, you're in your adulthood, your young woman era, but you're still a baby girl, but you have a false perception that you're a grown-ass woman, and you're doing crazy shit, thinking that you know what you're doing, and you don't. You don't. And we talk to any and everyone. You know, I'm 25, but I'll be talking to 19-year-olds, vibing with them, and as does she. And we hear a lot of you guys in toxic relationships, and I am literally heartbroken when I see beautiful young girls letting a man destroy their self-esteem and everything so early. They're sucking you up like a straw, eating you for dinner. And I'm like, no, like, do you know these red flags? Do you know these red flags? So that's what we're going to talk about today. If your boyfriend does any of these things, run! Run for your life. Let's get into it. If a man uses your jokes to become like his own personality, like, say if you're a girl who has a personality, you're a vibe, you're like, you're real funny. Like, you're that girl that's jokester. Perfect example. If you have watched Love Island, the recent one, you know how Leah always went, "Spare me." Imagine now Miguel is online and he's like, "Yo, spare me, guys, spare me." And you're like, oh. Yeah, so if you're that girl who's like outgoing like that and like has just like her own niche personality, your own code, they can say, that's you coded, like you're you. And he tries to multiply that and be you and use it with his friends and other people, run for your life. Run. Because first of all, that's gay as hell, in my opinion. Truly, that's gay. Like, why are you trying to embody a woman's personality? I've never in my life talked to a man and said, I want to be him and act like him. That is weird. Like, to some extent, like, maybe I had like a best friend that maybe says a funny joke or whatever. But we usually have similar banter, like, style. Banter, like, we have a similar flow. I'm not gonna go and choose him and be like, I'm gonna take that and go with it. Like, that is weird as hell. So if he does that, run for your life. And also, if he makes jokes with his friends that you know was your joke and he doesn't credit you for it, that means he's using you and pretending that it's him. Run for your life. I actually learned on TikTok this week, you guys, from this woman, and the comments had over 5,000 comments. So all the girlies knew this tea. That men often will date a girl and copy her interests, her taste. I literally never heard this. Copy her music taste, copy her jokes, copy her personality to use it to get the next girl. As in, I'm gonna pretend I like all these things and I'm like this in tune man in touch with my femininity because I stole that from the last girl I was with, and I'm gonna use that to attract another woman. What? Yeah, they literally, that's why when you guys are gonna keep learning about the word harvesting, think about harvest means when you grow fruit and vegetables and you're ready to reap the fruits and use it to eat. They use that with women, and that's what they do with women. They're literally hang out with them, take that, eats it, harvesting your energy. They harvest it. They're like, eat it all up, and they're like, okay, on to the next one. And then I'm gonna present myself as the fruit I just ate, and then find ways to manipulate the next girl and eat something from her too. And although you're doing it for another woman, I still find that a little homosexual, that you are trying to embody a woman to get a woman. You guys are like, I don't know. That is a very weird thing that you're doing. It's super gay. Name a girl that like, girls try to like the same thing that the guy they like likes because they like them.
They're not out here trying to transform into a man so they can get another man.
Literally, the idea of you wanting to be me is gay. Like, how could I like you? You should be, if a man isn't confident in himself and he tries to simulate to be like you, red flag, run for your life.
And let this be very clear. We're not talking about men who pick up your catchphrases and start saying it.
Yeah,
because naturally, you pick up things from your man too. You will have similarities from hanging out with each other.
That's natural.
We're talking about a guy who goes out there and presents your personality as his own. Now, suddenly, you're a character that he plays. And then, especially if he's not acknowledging, please be mindful, pay attention. Because a lot of you will close your eyes to that red flag and say, it's because we're together. Like, no, he's just like, we're just so much alike now.
I think that also ties into, if a man isn't authentic in his self, run for your life. That means he has growing up to do and he's going to use you to do it. Period. Like, he doesn't know who he is yet. And you're a part of what he's going to use to cultivate who he's meant to be. A man who is confident in who he is, his personality, his interests, will never try to emulate you. Never. Ever.
Because if you even asked him that, he'd say, what are you talking about? Why would I try to be like a girl? Like right off the bat.
Yeah.
And this leads us to this. And I know a lot of people will be like, that sounds so mean. Hear me out. Pay attention. If your boyfriend is the outsider in his friend group, I'm not saying he has to be the leader of the pack. You know how in a friend group, some people are very much off to the side characters. They're not even in the main cast. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to a man that gets a little fidgety and uncomfortable when you meet his friends and those friends like you a lot. A lot.
Why would a man be upset that his friends like you? That means he doesn't like you enough. A man should be really happy that his friends like you because he could potentially see you as a part of his life long term. That means he doesn't fuck with you like that, period.
And I bet you're thinking, this is rocket science. Oh, no, but it isn't. I actually came across a story from someone on TikTok where she talked about how her ex told her, hey, can you tone down your personality around my friends? It's embarrassing. Like, they're actually been talking about you, how you do too much. This made her dim down her light, shut her personality off around the friends, to the point that everyone in the room said, why are you acting so weird? We want your personality, your fun, your aura. They want her to be her jokes herself. Then she finds out her boyfriend wants her to stop because it makes him look bad. He feels like she's outshining him. That means he is not an alpha male. And I'm not saying maybe you don't want to be with an alpha male. So be it. But be weary of this man because he's the insecure man. He's insecure of his position in life, period. To the point he's insecure of how his girlfriend is received by his friends positively. I was shocked when I heard this story and to read the thousands of other girls who have been told by their significant others to please quiet down your personality. Can you stop making jokes? Why do you have to do the most around my friends? Why are you always trying to be the center of attention?
I find that so gay.
That is so
gay. Like, I think that's so weird that you fear me outshining you. You guys need to stop dating the loser of the group. I'm so sorry, no. Date the alpha.
Date
okay?
the
Drop
star,
him and date the star of the group because what is that?
What is that? If you are with a man that ever has made you even once, I don't care if it's been great since, if he has ever once told you to dim your light, I'm gonna need you to run immediately. Why are you with a man that wants to knock your lights out? That's the same thing as punching you straight in your face. Why are you with a man that literally needs to keep you in the dark in order for him to shine? What is happening here?
I just think a man who loves you and would want to be with you long term would never do this. Sorry. And us women, we're lover girls. If you meet someone, you're most likely hoping that this is long term. So already, cut your losses. Move on to the next guy.
You need to be weary. Also, that brings us on to jealous men. Now, jealousy comes in different forms. And you may not know this, but yes, men can be jealous of women. That is very scary. That's something I actually learned in 2024. I learned that this year. That men genuinely are jealous of women. So if you are a content creator or someone trying to be a content creator and your significant other doesn't give you words of encouragement, but instead kind of makes snarky remarks at your growth, as you continue on, let's say you post a lot in your story promoting, because I recall this YouTuber who said her significant other used to make comments about how she jealous about how fast she grows on YouTube. Again, I promise you I would never believe you that a man would even think like this before if I didn't hear so many stories from women. So I know that a lot of girls would never jump to this thought because like, why would he be jealous of me being a content creator? But it's like different things. They are jealous of you if you are ambitious and you chase a certain goal, whatever that is. If you work out and you are really passionate about your fitness life and he's a lazy piece of shite who doesn't go to the gym, he may talk shit about like your fitness style and things that you do. Those are all signs of jealousy, babe.
Yeah, and I think also masculine energy is within men and women, and that means if you are ambitious and you have drive, that means you're in tune with your masculine energy, and you're probably dating a man who's not in tune with his masculine energy 100%. Like if he's lazy, he's not in tune with his masculine energy. Masculine energy means to do, you know what I mean, to put things in motion, to be very direct, to be like very, hardworking, period. So if he's jealous of that, he's quite literally seeing you as another man in competition, and now this is a gay relationship. And I have no issue with gay relationship. If you're gay, then go for it. If you're not, then that means there's something wrong here, and you need to find a man who's like really confident in his masculinity, and a huge sign of that is someone who is ambitious without needing you to be a part of it, has his own goals, has his own drive without you being a part of it, and it wants to pour into you so you keep your drive and your ambition. Exactly. It should never be a thing where he is like jealous of it. So that is a woman.
That is a woman. So we're not telling you as a woman to quiet your ambition because it's too masculine for him. We're trying to tell you, if your ambition makes your significant other uncomfortable, it's because you make him feel less of a man because he's got no masculinity. Remember, every one of us have both feminine and masculinity. We're not telling you ever to be one or the other.
You're supposed to be, that's why divine femininity, divine means to have both. That means you're really a whole woman because you can balance both. So he's jealous that he can't be a divine masculine.
Exactly.
And so he's looking at you as competition, and that's disgusting.
And
so,
shut it down.
Yeah. Like literally I've had gay men be jealous of me. So that's what I'm saying. Like they get jealous of like how I'm able to be my feminine vibe and like be very confident in that, and they can't. So that's why I'm like, yeah. Do you want that in your man? That's really gross. Like, I don't know.
You know, I actually was befuzzled once. I was with a group of people talking about a tweet where this guy said, women, I need to tell you something. Men don't want you to know that they be jealous of you. We're jealous of the money, how much money you can make. We're jealous of the cars you drive. We're jealous of the things you can attain. Like, men will be jealous of you. And I brought this up to a man. No, I was talking to girls and a man was there and he was like, what are you guys talking about? And I said, I found out that men can be jealous of women. And he goes, yeah? And I went, yeah? And he goes, is that not normal? I said, so you've been jealous of women before? Like, if a woman does better than him and stuff, or has more of this, like, he's jealous. He's like, is that wrong?
Yes.
I was so shocked. So I just want you guys to know, if you have been thinking men aren't going to be jealous of me, I'm a girl.
I used to think that too.
Me too, girl. Killed it.
Awakening. And low-key one time, like, I had this guy that I had a crush on at work, and like all the time, like these girls would come in, and like I worked at a restaurant. These girls come in, they're like, oh my god, you're so pretty. And one time he comes in like, what about me? And I'm like,
what about you, baby?
What about... Why is a man stepping, like...
What about me?
I literally was, like, laughing, like, oh, he's just jealous. But low-key, like, if I actually ever dated this guy and he did that again, shut it down. I would never talk to him again. That's pretty gay. Like, you're in competition with a woman? We have nothing in common. That is really weird. We don't... Your XY chromosome, I'm 2 X's. We're not the same. That doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense, baby. Babunette, I'm confused.
Wow. A man that can raise his voice at you, like, it's easy for him to yell at you, call you bro, be aggressive towards you.
Also, if you're dating a black man and he calls you my nigga.
Like, my nigga, bro, what the fuck?
What? Like, come on, nigga, shut up, nigga.
And just calling you bro, in my opinion, men calling you bro is crazy.
Yeah, bro and nigga, I think it's crazy. Like, when I see a couple and the guy just casually be like, oh my god, get out of here, nigga.
And also there's couples on Twitter that, like, he'll yell at her and be like, what the fuck? Like, he'll talk to her very aggressively. I don't think a man should be speaking to you aggressively. You're a flower. Why is he talking to you like you're just a piece of shit? Like,
the same way I don't think a woman should be like,
a woman shouldn't do that either. You should be calm in your feminine energy. You shouldn't be raising your voice at a man, and he should never. To me, I feel like a man slapped me. To me, that's domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
His voice at me, like, I'm calling the cops. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy work. I'm calling.
Don't ever in your life raise your voice at me. Because at the end of the day, like, you're a man. Like, even if I kind of, like, I get upset and I sound upset, I'll never sound as intense and aggressive as you, because you are a man. You're stronger than me. You're bigger than me. What the hell? Now I'm unsafe.
And I don't care how he was raised, you guys. I know you guys are like, he was raised a certain way.
Why are you with someone who's raised like that?
Why are you with someone who hasn't worked through those things? Okay, you have trauma. Okay, you were raised a certain way. That doesn't mean that you're allowed to continue that and perpetuate it in your next relationship. And that doesn't mean that you, as the girlfriend, should give him an excuse. How about you slap yourself in the face if you've been giving him that excuse? Yeah? And even if you were raised that way, and if you've seen your parents act like that, that doesn't mean that that should be how your relationship is. He should talk to you calmly, tenderly,
respectfully.
Even when he's upset, he should sit you down and he should be able to passionately express his upset feelings, not yell at. You should never feel small.
Or call you derogatory words. The word bitch should never come out of his mouth. Like, ever. I think that is crazy.
Or shut up.
Shut up. All those. That is insane.
That's crazy.
You shouldn't say that either to him. That's not okay. But also, it's just like, even if you're upset and you're upset about something, he should be trying to calm you down. Like, period. Like, he should be like the calm person in the situation, in my opinion.
So if you are with a man that gets upset also when you are upset, like if you cry, he gets angry, you need to leave.
Why are you with a man who gets mad when you're upset? He's supposed to
you're not
be
safe.
The person to take care of you and help you feel better. Why are you with someone like that?
You are not safe. That's not a safe relationship.
That is sick.
You've got to guard. Okay, so another thing, you need to leave your relationship if your boyfriend knows you like certain things and literally chooses not to ever do them for you. Perfect example is that Love is Blind scene where she said in the pods, you said you were going to spoil me and give me flowers. I told you I love flowers. Since we've been out of the pods, you never got me flowers. Number one, not only was he shocked and confused because he forgot what he said because he never meant it. It was bullshit. He was just romancing her with his words. He couldn't follow through for the next days. It was so hard. And there's many women out there I know who, and by the way, you should never have to repeat yourself. You should only ever say that once. But there's some of you who are constantly repeating how you wish you got flowers. And he is choosing actively every week to not get them for you.
To be honest, after the second time, and if you want to get to the third, you should see it as a strike. You're out. Like, you're done. You're done.
For me, it was done the first time.
The first time is trash. And some of y'all want to keep waiting and hoping maybe. But if it's more than like 3 times, you're sick. Like, what are you doing asking that many times?
Why are you asking for flowers? 3 is a big number. Because to me, flowers is supposed to be a surprising gesture that you do for someone because you thought of them. You knowing I love flowers that's your incentive. I'm not saying to get me a bouquet every day. That's not special. I want to know that you know I love flowers and the days you're thinking about me, you get me a bouquet.
You should want to do that because you want to see me happy.
And you like to see me light up. He doesn't care about you lighting up. You need to light his ass up, moving on to the next man.
That's why also I think that goes into the thing, if a man isn't trying to find ways to bring you joy each and every day, try to make your life easier in any way, run for your life. Like, because what is the point of the relationship? You guys just sit next to each other like you're friends?
A lot of these people think that is the point.
That is not the point. The romance needs to be alive pretty much every day. If it's not him giving you flowers, it's him, I don't know, picking you up. I don't know, like whatever task you need, like things that help you, he should be wanting to do that.
I need you guys to think more. Does my boyfriend make my life easier? Not better, easier. Because you guys will be like, they make my life better because now I have someone that I can chat to, talk their ear off. I have someone to watch movies with. I have someone to hook up with. I have someone that makes me laugh. No.
Those are not
none of that makes your life
sustainable.
easier. That just distracts you from doing inner work, if anything.
If he's not going out of his way to, like, for example, cook dinner, like, a lot of y'all think it's the woman's job. If he's not, I personally think a man should be down to cook for you. If you can't, if you, for example, are working so hard, he's not asking you, are you hungry? Did you eat? Like, let me bring some food since I know you're busy. Say if you do cook and you can't, you're tired, you're exhausted, he's not coming home waiting for you to cook. He's finding ways to make it easier since you're exhausted. Let me make dinner. Let me bring something. Like, my dad literally would always bring food for my mom at work. He didn't just stay home being like, well, anyway, you're the woman. You should have known how to make yourself a meal. Like, what is that? Or my dad always would do, our dad, I don't know why I'm saying mine, but our dad would literally, for example, if she's at work, would be doing the laundry, cleaning the house. Like, he's pulling his weight and helping my mom feel like, okay, like, you don't have to feel the burden of everything on your back. You're working, so let me help you. Like, these are ways that a man should be doing that in your life.
And just so we're clear, our dad was sick and wasn't able to work.
So my mom had to work, so he knew, like, okay, well,
I was gonna step up still.
But a lot of people will be in relationships, they'll be sick, and they'll lie there waiting for the wife to come home and do her job at home too.
And no, and that's not okay. So when we say, guys, because I know a lot of you are thinking, oh my God, does my boyfriend make my life easier? What does that look like? And we're gonna name a couple things. Does he make your life easier? So if you need a ride somewhere,
I was about to say, like, he should be down to pick you up anywhere you are.
Anywhere. Like, it's like,
it shouldn't be an issue.
If anything,
ever.
He should be offering. There's relationships, I know people, I've seen it, where he'll pick her up after the club no matter what time just because he feels safer to be the one in putting her in an Uber.
Exactly.
That means he will inconvenience his own time, his own sleep, because the idea of making your life easier literally makes him sleep better at night. So you see how he's willing to sacrifice things.
If he's not willing to do that, he does not care for you enough, and you should not be with him. You should be with someone who it literally gives him joy to help you.
Exactly.
It shouldn't feel like a burden or a job. Why are you a job to him? And also, it's like, why be with a man who's not doing that? What is the point? What is the benefit?
So I need you guys to stop saying that sex is the benefit. That's not the benefit. Companionship is not a benefit. It's all temporary. They're all fleeting.
And you can give that to yourself also.
Yeah.
Quite literally, you can do all those things by yourself.
Another huge red flag. A lot of women don't want to hear this, especially if you're a teenager. Well, first of all, that's jokes if you're a teenager thinking whoever you're with is going to be your husband. But if you are the first girlfriend, especially, this is for people in their late 20s. If you are in your late 20s right now, and you are dating a man who's never had a girlfriend, and you're the first, you are not the last. You have to
promise you right now, like, I'm sure there's a couple men who are very, romantic, and they actually are intentional, and there's like, I would probably say like 5 to 10% of men can actually meet one girl and stick to her forever. But the rest of them, they are DNA programmed to constantly look across the earth to make sure they try everything before they decide one day they want to settle down. It's just, that's science.
That's science, you guys.
Literally science. Just stop that fantasy and believing you're going to be the only one. Which is why also you're crazy to think, especially literally, like, if I'm his first girlfriend, you should still have your options open.
You have to.
You. Have your options open.
I hope you guys are understanding. We're not trying to tell you, oh, a man is just always going to cheat. No, we're telling you a man is always going to look for his best option, meaning he is going to date. He's going to have multiple people that he is dating. He's going to have a roster. And if you're a crazy girl that wants to claim him, he's going to keep lying to you to make you think you're the only girl. Because until he has really tasted the fruits of God's labor, which is women, until he's really felt, he's seen it all, you are not it.
Yeah.
He can't. Scientifically, he can't. The chip will malfunction even if he says it every day that you're the bride-to-be.
One day, he's
going to do something. He's going to cheat. He's going to do something and you're going to be like, what?
Ella and Ty from Love Island UK is a great example of that.
Mm-hmm. As soon as they got together.
It was never going to be long-term.
It was never.
You were his first girlfriend, and I could tell she was very smitten. We were watching vlogs. She's buying him a bunch of gifts. I said, girl, okay.
And we were saying, This is never going to work. Tyreek is a 24-year-old hoodman.
And his age too. It's like, especially when they're young, like men, I'm sorry, especially when they don't have experience, no matter what age, they're still kids. Like you need to, they need to have
a man.
experience.
That's a baby
under the
boy.
belt.
And on the show you could tell like he doesn't know how to be a man. I'm gonna be real with you. He doesn't know how to be a man.
No.
So how can he be
He's
a
very
boyfriend?
aggressive. He's a great example. Actually, a great red flag example. He would talk aggressively with her. He would raise his voice at her, talk any type of way. No.
Whenever he got mad at her, he'd roast her attitude, face. He'd look at her like he'd want to hit her. Baby,
no man should be talking too crazy like that. Never.
And that's
even
why
in arguments.
I hate when you guys say, "I'm so sad. My parents broke up." Talking about Ty and Ella. My parents need to come back together. Your parents?
You're living in a broken household.
Yeah.
Talking about parents.
Fuck your parents.
That must be your real parents, because I don't know what you saw where you felt like
there was nothing romantic.
Giving romantic parent. Like, girl, please stop.
Another thing, if your boyfriend does this, I need you to run. If when he is going to buy you something, and let's say this is something he doesn't do often, another red flag. If buying you stuff is literally not something he does, you really shouldn't be with him. But a big sign that you are with the wrong man is if when he buys you something, he says these words, "You've been good today." The amount of times I've seen YouTube videos or TikTok videos where a couple's shopping and he goes, "You know what? Because you've been a good girl today, I guess today I'll get you something."
Are you a dog?
And this is what I'm saying. You guys, these are rewards. He's creating a reward system and you can't see it. No.
That is disgusting.
There's people out here like, "Okay, you know what? You've been doing, my baby been being good today. So you know what? Get anything you want in the store." They'll be at Sephora like, "You know what? She's been a good girl. Get this." Or, "You know what? You've been good this week. So actually, I'm going to buy you this bag." What the hell is happening?
That's the only time he feels like he should be doing that for you. He doesn't like you.
And he actually thinks you're his bitch, which is why he's treating you like that and talking about you like he's rewarding a dog.
You've been good today. Are you
You've
sick?
been good this week. Oh, you know what? My baby been good. So I'm like, no. Men who love spoiling their women, they do
things just because.
They just do.
You'll just come home and you'll see a new bag, like just a new brand new. You're like, what the fuck? Like a random bouquet of flowers showing up. Like
they just do.
It's just not do because always the thought of you is what brings joy. You don't have to do work. You guys think you guys have to work? I promise you.
You don't.
Just you being in your defined feminine, doing you, being that ambitious girly, taking care of herself. That alone will spark a man to just be happy about you and just like want to give you things because like knowing that they get to be in contact with you is crazy. Like, so they want to maintain that by like showing you their emotions through giving you gifts. Giving gifts, I think, is so important to see his consistency, how it feels about you.
Even if it's not your love language.
Even if it's not your love language, you
just need to pay attention to how he invests, what he chooses to invest.
It's all about investment, and you need to know that he's in it for the long haul and how consistent he is. If he's only doing it in the beginning of the relationship and he's slowed down, then you know his intention was never real. He was just trying to see when he can get in the sack with you, sleep with you, and then he realized, okay, I got what I wanted, which is why I also say, like, honestly, do not sleep with these men unless there's a real commitment.
That's a huge rule. I'm so sorry. As your big sis, I'm going to tell you right now.
Sleeping with men that don't commit to you is the worst thing you can do for yourself.
Worst thing you can do. And I'm talking about a commitment. I'm not
true commitment, not like truly boyfriend, girlfriend.
We'll make a whole video about that, but it doesn't exist. And if you're a teenager, in my opinion, this is my advice, as a teenager, I don't think you should be having sex. I don't think you should.
No.
It's the worst thing you could do for yourself. Every person older, every time I ask them, what's your biggest regret? Losing my virginity when I was a teenager. Losing my virginity at 14. Doing all of it. They regret long-term relationships at 16. Being in couples. I knew a girl who lived with someone for 6 years. Why? You were 15. All of this, letting a man infiltrate your brain in your young years as a woman before you can even develop your true sense of self, is how you grow up missing every single one of these red flags. You don't even have the time. You don't even know what you want.
Guys, your brain, scientifically, you can look it up, Google it. Your frontal lobe doesn't fully develop until you're 25. So understand that's the decision-making part of your brain. Your decision-making at your teenage years is bullshit. Like, it's literally, you're gonna be at my age, like, and be like, what the hell was I thinking? Half the time, you don't even remember what you were doing at that age. I barely remember what I was doing at those years. I don't. So imagine the decision to lose your virginity at that age. You're gonna feel like you were roofied. Like, that's crazy.
No, seriously.
What was I doing?
You don't want to be that person. Listen, I have never, ever, ever given it up during any phase in high school or college. Ever.
Neither did I. And that's the best thing I ever did in my life.
And no, truly, because all I would see around me is everyone else doing it, but these people are heartbroken. People are catching STDs around me. People are in emotional wreck and turmoil, all because they're getting it on with men and letting men.
And understand, sex is this energy exchange. The textbooks don't tell you that, because unfortunately, we're kind of like in a society where they only care about like literal specific things, but the spiritual world exists.
It does.
We're not only human, we're also spirits. Like, our souls are spiritual. So do know that, like, when you are having sex with multiple people, those people are still living in you, like, spiritually. Like, you're creating, like, it's kind of like a spiritual home. Like, a bunch of souls are just living in you. Kind of like a graveyard.
Yes, which is why you'll see people make jokes on the show, like saying, her vagina is a graveyard. Those jokes, they're stemmed from like the real reason why they're saying that. Because you have so many bodies, they're like, it's like collecting corpses. Because they're just a bunch of dead spirits that you let in your aura.
And just know, like, your womb is the spiritual realm. That's why
you
women
bring
need to
life.
understand, like, you are the gateway, the portal to the spiritual world. You bring in new souls from the spiritual world. Babies were just souls before they became a baby. Before you, like, met someone and had that baby, they were just a soul waiting to become a human in this dimension. So that's why you need to understand why men are so thirsty. We literally carry potent power, like strong powers just existing. We're walking portals. So it's like you just giving that portal up, letting people just be all up in that portal will make your portal tainted. Why would you want that? That's disgusting. Like, truly.
Yeah, why would you taint your portal? Especially because what about when someone's gonna have to go through that portal? Think about that. After you do and taint and let any person, any energy, any trash person,
you can really affect the souls you bring into this life.
Don't think that they won't be affected by it, and you won't either. Quick little tidbit to give you spooky nightmares. This girl told us she had insomnia after having sex with a guy who had insomnia.
Yeah, like scientifically, you can look it up. When you have sex with someone, you can actually pick up their traits.
If he has serious depression and trauma, you know that if you are constantly having sex with him, you can develop depression. Everything is not all black and white gratification.
And it's not just pleasure.
Like, it's not.
It's a lot more repercussions and a lot of consequences that you guys don't care about. It is also because of the world. They are teaching you guys to not care because they want everyone kind of like distorted, confused, so they don't become their true potential selves and they can keep controlling us. That's a story for another day, but yeah. Like, this is the music you hear. Why do you think all the songs never say, be careful before you do it? You never hear that in a song.
Say, bust it wide open, shake your tail feather. That's what they say.
Bust it, suck on that dick. That's all they want to sing. That's all of the plan. Why do you think those songs get pushed on the radio? Like, it's a sick plan and you need to wake up, and that's what we're here for, to wake you guys up and not let yourselves be controlled by the man. The people that you can't see that are pulling all the strings. Okay,
so what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you these red flags. You are gonna remove whoever is in your life that is not elevating you, and you are gonna work on you to attract the man that should be in your life, because I promise you he exists. I promise you not every man is the worst in the world, and I promise you both you and I can have it all.
Yeah. And that's why, like I said, women are the most precious things in the world, which is why they pay millions just to be near women. Why they pay millions to put women in anything. And why the Victoria's Secret show. Why is this so important? Because women are literally just, them existing is like, that's millions of dollars. Like,
why do you think OnlyFans is $1 million thing? Because women
our bodies,
their
like,
bodies.
It's money, like, it's currency, it's spiritually powerful, and men thrive. They need us to survive. They literally can't live without us. So understand, a man who really respects you and likes you and cares for you will treat you like you're the most beautiful, like beautiful statue that they should worship at your feet, because that's what God created us to be. And so you should not ever let a man come and pee on you like a statue. You know, like a dog comes and pee on a statue.
And then they go, yeah,
don't be
mark my spot.
Yeah, men who just throw trash, garbage, don't give a shit. He should be cleaning up the altar. You're the altar. You should be making sure it's always clean.
Period.
Taking care of, placing flowers at your feet, placing offerings at your feet. You are that.
It is your birthright. Do you understand? Repeat it with us.
So
it is my birthright.
Yeah, as a woman, it's my birthright to be worshipped, loved, and adored, and nothing else.
Period. Say that again, y'all. As a woman, it is my birthright to be loved and adored, and nothing else. And with that, we hope you enjoyed this video. We hope that this was helpful, and let us know any other relationship red flags that we missed in the comments.
And so if there's any red flags that you've experienced, comment down below. Tell us about it. Like, girl, like,
we want to know,
it's okay. Don't be ashamed. Tell us. Like, open your heart. And if you have any questions, let us know. Comment down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends who needs to hear this.
And make sure you join the family, become a Remy Rebel. We go against the grain. We love, we create, and we manifest.
Period.
And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Yo, hey, yo.